if you're like me and a big fan of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, you've seen our next guest as the peacemaker. Instead of bickering, Kathy Wakile chose to her talents in the kitchen. She's using her talents in the kitchen to really make a name for herself as the woman with the creative and unique holiday parties. Well, Kathy's here. She's got the perfect dessert for your family this Thanksgiving, and she's always baking. You're always baking for the family. You make me hungry watching this show, Kathy.
As being a mom home, I always was doing something. I love that fresh, that hot, warm smell in the house when the kids were little, and they always wanted something fun and something different.
And
so
I'm sure your kids and your husband appreciate that too, right?
Sometimes they're more like, okay, enough, no more, Everybody says, the way to man's heart is through their stomach, and it's true. It doesn't only apply to men, it applies to everyone.
You're used to serving for huge families. What's your #1 tip as a hostess? If you're serving either dinner or desserts for a big family, what would you say is most important?
Well, I always like to have a lot of variety. That's why I went with small portions, because you can have the variety of different things, and you'll be able to please everyone.
And these look gorgeous, and they're tiny, so you don't have to feel guilty when you're eating these, right?
Exactly, and I never like the look of a big, huge cake, because after you cut it, then it doesn't look as nice. So this is a way of taking a few bites of whatever one is your favorite, trying different things, and you don't feel so guilty that you committed to this big hunk of cake or dessert or something like that.
Speaking of having a little something for everyone, you're going to demonstrate something, right? Between me and the crew, we're going to take care of all of this for you.
I'm so happy.
So you're going to show us how to make these lovely desserts, right?
Here we go. We have your cannolis. Everybody loves cannolis, and this is just a traditional cannoli shell, and I have 2 types of filling. I have a chocolate filling, because, who doesn't love chocolate?
Exactly.
And, it's as easy as that. I just put it in a pastry bag.
Just cut the tips at the end,
Cut the tip of the pastry bag and squeeze it in.
Okay.
And
there it is.
And then, of course, we have your traditional, this is my favorite, traditional filling, which has the orange peel and the chocolate chips in it as a ricotta filling, and this is my favorite.
What filling do most people request, as far as your experience has been?
I think the traditional, because when you're gonna have a cannoli, you want the traditional. But then there's some people that don't really care for that ricotta taste. So I made a variation with the chocolate, and then you could add little toppings to it. Here's with a little pistachio on the ends. I love that too, because I love the different textures.
And then over here, you've got some other little tiny desserts too.
Well, here I have mini pecan pies.
Oh my goodness.
And I just garnish them with a little bit of whipped cream and a little caramel sauce.
Okay.
And then here I have little pumpkin. It's a different taste on pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
It's a pumpkin mousse, pumpkin mascarpone mousse.
Kathy, you have a lot of energy though, because you're doing these all the time, and there's so many of them, but you make it look good and you make it look easy.
Thank you.
Really quick before we go,
for me.
Are you and Teresa speaking? Because everybody's mad at Teresa right about now. Is everything cool?
Well, families like that. One day you're mad at each other, the next day you're good. So hopefully, it's always a work in progress. As we get older, we learn what to do and what not to do. So families that way.
Still seeing you on the show. That's all I want to know. I want to make sure you're still on there.
Yes, I'll still be on next season 4. We finished filming. It was a great season.
Lots and lots of entertainment, that's for sure. Thanks so much, Kathy. Really appreciate it.